everyone, so today we are back with a brand new story time video. I know it's not Tuesday, and we don't really do Topic Tuesday anymore anyways, so I guess like Sunday story time Saturday. I don't really know what we're doing with this series, but regardless, I've gotten my days mixed up and we're uploading this today regardless. Hopefully you guys do enjoy. If you're brand new to the channel, you don't really know what this is, basically, it's what it sounds like. I am not playing the game live. This is pre-recorded gameplay in the background, so you can watch that if you would like to, or click off the video and just listen as if it's a podcast, and then I'll be talking about a story that I've experienced throughout my life. We've talked about my car crash, which really messed up my back and my neck. You should probably watch that if you're new. And we've talked about really embarrassing moments, my past breakups, a lot of interesting things. I should probably make a playlist for these. There's a bug on my wall. Update, the bug is gone. Let's continue. Yes, I'll be making a playlist for all of these storytime videos. It will be in the description. Make sure you guys will check that out if you're new and you've not seen all of them, or check it out just to make sure you've seen all of them. But regardless, in this video, I'm sure you're very intrigued because the title will be saying something like, when I got pushed off a 50-foot cliff or something along those lines. And this is one of those family stories that gets told every single time the family gathers. And every time it gets told, it gets increasingly more crazy and embellished. I'm sure everyone has experienced those types of stories, especially when it comes to family stories that have been told for so many years in a row. And I guess it's kind of cool I can share one of my family stories with you guys because we always talk about this. Every single gathering, we always talk. Father's Day, Mother's Day, our birthdays, Christmas, Hanukkah, apparently, Kwanzaa, sure, why not? Halloween, that random Thursday we get together. Whenever it is, we talk about it. So let me take you guys back to when I lived in Ohio, and I would say around, my memory is a little bit hazy on my age. I was really, really small. I would probably guess like 10, maybe 11. I definitely was, I think, older in the double digits, but I was not in the teens yet. So let's just go with 10 or 11. My sister was obviously included in this. She got pushed off as well. And she's 2 years older than me, so feel free to do the math for whichever age you believe we were. So it's Christmas time, right? It is December. It is a very white winter. It is very, very nice outside. Lots of snow, snowball fights galore, building forts, snowmen, sledding, skiing, snowboarding, the works. It is always a ton of fun. I don't have that now since I live in Florida, and I really miss the snow. But regardless, whenever it was snowing outside, whenever it got to the point where it wasn't a blizzard and there was enough snow to actually do activities, we would always, as a family, go out to some location. It would normally be up the street to, I think it was middle school, maybe. Obviously, it would be closed, and it had, this middle school in particular had, it was elementary school, I believe it was. It had a giant hill at the back of it, which led to an open field, a football field, baseball, whatever it may have been. So normally we would go there. However, this time we thought we'd mix things up a bit, apparently. So my parents put us in the car and they drove us down to, I think it was just a general park. I know it was near a library. It doesn't really matter. You guys have no idea where I'm talking about or where I was. I don't even know where I was entirely. So they brought us to this little field, this little park, so we could sled because they knew I had a decent hill. And obviously after the sledding, we could have snowball fights, build a fort, try and do some snow angels. I don't know what that's, a snow angel apparently. So we parked in the parking lot. There was no one at the first little hill. So we were like, wow, no one's at this hill. It looks like a pretty nice decline into the main park itself. Why is no one sledding here? We didn't see any tracks or anything, so it was like, wow, what a prime snow opportunity to go down that hill and be the first to mark it as our territory, which would be awesome, and it would be like breaking the first snow ground, if you will. I'm sure you can tell where this is going. So, of course, being the parents of the children, my dad walks down the hill itself to check to make sure it's good, that there's no like rocks or spikes or deadly alligators that could be dwelling down there once we cross the threshold. And he walks decently far. He says, yes, it's good. Everything looks fine. It should be a nice, fun little decline into the park. So we get ourselves situated. We go side by side to race, as you do as siblings. I am in a very nice blue sled. I believe she is in a pink sled. I didn't have free reign to pick my green sled. Yeah, man, I wasn't fully into green at that time. I've evolved since then, obviously. So, we're there. My dad's behind me, ready to push me. Mom's behind my sister, ready to push her. We go. I guess the light turns green, the flag gets dropped, they push us down, we're having a fun time, we're sledding, we're racing, we're yelling, we're screaming, we're loving life, and then before you know it, we're in the air, baby. We're just chilling in the air, man. Free flying it, boys. We're just no longer on the ground. I literally flew in my life. Not on the plane, just on a sled. Like Santa. So, realistically, the drop-off was probably like 6 feet. Like, I'm about 6 foot, and it's probably no higher than how tall I am given my current height, obviously. So, more or less, it was probably like 6-7 feet, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. We didn't measure it, obviously. That wasn't our first thought. Hey, let's measure the thing we just flew off of. So, we land, we're screaming, dude. Like, I mean, when we're in the air, it's just like, oh my god, this is the best sledding experience of our life. I'm getting anxiety just talking about it, and I'm just getting excited talking about it. You can see my face turning more red, and we were just having a blast. My parents probably freaking out, dude. They're probably screaming like, they're flying into the sky. Someone go get them. What's happening? They're running down the stairs, man, which is very not safe considering it's very icy and snowy and slippery. You don't want to break your ankle. My mom broke her ankle, so that wasn't at that time. It was every time regardless of a story. So we finally land, man. It is a hard landing, dude. This wasn't deep snow. We touched the ground. Yo, my butt was hurting, man. It was painful, bro. I can't speak for my sister, but like, I had to walk it off, man. No wonder I have back issues. My tailbone broke during that, dude. I mean, it didn't. I'm embellishing a little bit, as you do with family stories, but we hit that ground, dude, and then we're screaming for different reasons because we're in pain. Our parents just threw us off a cliff, man. And that's right, we left after that. Our parents came down, they asked if we're okay, like, are you hurt, do you want to go home? We both said, I don't know if we said let's go home, but they just took us home anyways. We may have gone, what's that restaurant called? It's not Bob Evans, it's Frisch's Big Boy. If you guys have a Frisch's or a Big Boy, whatever you call it, we may have gotten that. We don't have that down here anymore in Florida, but we may have gotten that on the way home. And it was an experience, man. I mean, that's really the story in itself, but we flew through the sky, dropped down, massively hurt our butts, dude, and then we instantly left. It was such a quick thing. Now, to my dad's credit, you know, when it's a certain perspective and you don't, like, walk all the way down because you assume it is just a nice, fully connected slope, it would seem as if it connects perfectly fine given your perspective. So, obviously, I'm not blaming him. None of us are. We're laughing it off. It was a really funny time. But it's like, you know, like low-key, like we're blaming him a little bit, man, because he just threw us off a cliff. So, ever since that day, it has been a recurring story for our family every time that we gather. And of course, given the title, you know, it's gotten to the point where like the next story time that we have as a family, it's no longer going to be, yeah, you guys threw us off a cliff that was 50 feet tall. It's going to be, you know that time when you guys pushed us off that 100-foot cliff in our sleds? And then I'm going to be telling my grandkids, my parents pushed me off of Mount Everest or something, dude. Like, it's gonna get to that point where it's like just so obviously a joke, but still it actually happened. To me, it's hilarious. You may have needed to have been there to really get it. I hope that I was able to translate our experience and our excitement and our fear to you guys through this video, but honestly, I don't remember a lot about my childhood. You guys probably know if you've been here for a while. My memory is literally horrible. I have a very hard time remembering things. It's probably an issue, but there are these key moments that I do remember from my childhood, and that is the one that stands out to me the most. It was just such a fun time. I would gladly do it again. Being an adult now, it wouldn't really hurt me at all. I wouldn't even feel it. I would just stand up, you know what I mean? It wouldn't really be that big of a deal. But it was such a fun experience. I wouldn't recommend it because, you know, depending on how you land or however it may work, it would really hurt you more. But, you know, it worked out for us, and it's a great story. So I think that's pretty much it. No reason to extend this video longer than it needs to be. If you guys enjoyed the story, make sure you drop a like, subscribe, and of course, share this video around. Comment down any crazy sledding misadventures you may have had during your childhood or even recently. Whether it included your parents, your siblings, or just your friends, comment them down in the comment section. I've got a few more winter story times when it comes to snow and just some crazy weird things. I actually have, I just remembered one of the other things that I did with my friends in the back of my neighbor's yard. I think that'd be a really good story. So yes, the same neighbor's yard that I messed up my back on. I don't think I've even told that story either. I've got a lot of stories to tell you guys. So regardless, make sure you guys click on that bell, notify yourself of my videos coming into your sub box. Follow me on Twitter. Merch in the description. I fixed the color. So merch is in the description. If you click on that link, you'll get 10% off whatever you buy. Super, super cool. But guys, other than that, I will talk to you all later. Have a nice day, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Peace out.